Now we're going to discuss it with Tony Gosling. He's a UK-based investigative reporter. Mr. Gosling, is there any indication yet who gave these documents to WikiLeaks?
Well, these documents were actually available in the archive. It's just almost impossible for the general public to search for them. It's quite clear Julian Assange has not been idle in his incarceration in his dungeon in London. What he's done is he's turned it into, and his colleagues have turned it into, a really useful searchable database, a massive one, 380 gigabytes of data, 1.7 million records, this new Plus D released by WikiLeaks, and it is extremely useful. I mean, I had a brief look this morning just after the release, and you can find that there's quite a lot of stuff in there which is is going into the detail of US foreign policy during the Kissinger years. We're talking about 1969, for example, the bombing of Cambodia. This is secret policies which were going on from the White House in 1970s, the South American Operation Condor, death squads running around in South America, killing thousands and disappearing thousands of people. In 1973 at Allende's Chile, where Henry Kissinger ordered the assassination of the president of Chile because he wasn't going in the political direction that he wanted, and installed General Pinochet. 1974, the Turkish invasion of Cyprus. There's little bits of details on all of these which Kissinger was involved. I mean, Kissinger basically gave a green light to Turkey to invade Cyprus. So whilst there was an official foreign policy going on, which was quite, nice from the US, going along with human rights, there was an unofficial policy going on with Henry Kissinger in the White House with all these kinds of human rights abuses and war crimes going on.
What kind of reaction can we expect from Washington, and how badly could this harm US interests?
Well, I hope it harms even more, because one of the staggering things is Kissinger, even though he's not actually officially in any kind of position in the US government anymore, he runs this little company called Kissinger Associates. He manages these Bilderberg conferences every year, which are basically where all the rich and powerful of the West get together in secret. And he's been running a secret organisation, a privatisation in many ways, a private arm of US foreign policy. I mean, for example, in 2003, he was an unofficial advisor to Dick Cheney, who was the US Vice President over the policy in Iraq. So really, he is he's like, you could call him Mr. Death Squad. And this goes into the details in the 70s of how he started. Now, obviously, he couldn't carry on, and the US couldn't carry on doing this kind of thing overtly in public with their senior officials, getting up to all this stuff. So what's happened is the whole thing has been privatised and gone underground.
Tony, I wish I had more time with you. I had so many other things to ask you, but thank you very much for your insight into these new data that's just been released today. And hopefully in the next couple of days, we'll be able to just delve into them and see what else comes out of them. Tony Gosling.
That's right. Thank you.